Hello, it is Xenon time, and I know I have what looks like a very modded item in my hand, but don't worry, it's just a texture pack. I got a totem. It cost me the way too large price of $500,000, but now I have a totem, and I'm like, ooh, let's get a texture pack to turn it into an axolotl. I even renamed it to Axolotl of Undying. Right now, we're flying around the Mycelium Island, and here we've got the warp. Now, I know it's not an actual warp, but me and Yarvik have been working on these little travel things. Basically, it's a tunnel that you can fly in if you're good. But since I'm not good, I'm gonna fly in through it and use my last rocket. Basically, how these work is you either use your boat, you fly through it, or you just go to the end. We've got some soul speed things if you got soul speed on. If you don't have an elytra, a boat, or soul speed on your boots, well then, that's not my problem. But there is one thing we need to be doing. So, I know in my last episode, you guys saw that I had made some armor stand people. Well, not in my last episode, but in the little sneak peek. Well, I need to make some more armor stand people, so I don't have enough heads for that. You know what's gonna happen. Yep, that's right. I killed Yarvik a bunch of times. Now I know that may seem a bit weird, but on this server, if you kill people using a certain enchantment known as decapitation, you have a chance of getting their head. See? You have a chance of getting their head, right? So I was just abusing that. Well, not abusing it, because it's not against the rules. But basically, you know, I'm out of rockets. And I killed my friend, who changed his skin to a bunch of different skins of all the characters I needed. Now, I really enjoyed that. It was very stress-relieving. It was relaxing. If you see me looking through all these shulker boxes, it's because I'm trying to see if I can find one with rockets in it. Oh yeah, also, this island is progressed a lot. First of all, Yarvik made this boat, and Yarvik also made this little fish and chip place. If you jump inside the boat, you can go in here, and there's little fish. We got shark bait, fish sticks, and taco. Let's fly out of here. Sometimes I don't have my fly command on. Whoops. There's also that. Anyway, we've got the little fish and chip place, which you can buy cod, salmon, pufferfish, Nemo, and jacket potatoes. You can catch your own fish, because over in this ocean, it is the right biome to spawn the tropical fish. And since there are so many different varieties of tropical fish, we thought it would be fun just to have a little bucket dispenser. You can go up and collect these little guys. I punched one. Time to go up. I'm gonna tour the Great Lighthouse of Alexandria in just a sec, but right now, I just want to show off the island. So first of all, we've got this nice tree I made, and it's really big. I'm really happy with the way this tree looks. I've added some bamboo for detail, some berry bushes, some white flowers. They look like snowdrops. I can't remember what they're called at the moment. You know what? Lily of the Valley. I added a bunch of Lily of the Valleys around everywhere. The Xenon sign that was made last episode, that's still there. We've got another tree over here with lanterns and everything. We've got a lot of birch trees using diorite walls because I thought those look like birch stuff. This originally had leaves and grass and terraforming stuff. I've also made the path split off over here, and I've added a lot more grass. The path splits off here because I noticed that this was built. So I'm like, oh, okay, let's make the path go over there, so that way other people's builds can be connected. I've also added some people. They're not done, of course, but I have added some people around the town. I've got one down there and one up here. If you recognize who they are, good, but I'm going to do a proper tour of the lighthouse. Ooh, that looks kind of weird. I clearly used a slab on this one. I'm going to do a proper tour of the lighthouse, but right now, I need some rockets. I'm back. I've collected some rockets. I had to go to my base and make some. So anyway, let's get started with the tour. So we're just going up this first level. I don't recall, but I'm pretty sure nobody's on the first level. And nobody's on the second level either. Okay. Oh yeah, we've got the first two people. We've got XP Crafted, which was the person you saw down there sitting on the bench. And we've also got Rendog. Now over here, Rendog is being tempted by some golden carrots, which is the main food source, at least, that I prefer to use, because it's got the highest saturation value. Also, it makes me look like I'm rich. Now, up here, we've got two people. We've got False Symmetry and Stress Monster. Now, if you don't know who these people are, whoopsie, that's because they're members of a certain Hermitcraft. They're members of a certain Hermitcraft. They're members of a certain server known as Hermitcraft. You can look up the names that are put above their heads, and you can find out who they are. So we've got Stress Monster and False Symmetry sitting on the edge of this little overlook, I guess, sitting on the windowsill, looking out at the ocean. You can see False is wearing diamond armor, and Stress is wearing colors that match her in-game skin. Now we can go up and meet more people. Now, on this level, we've got these murals that you can see from the outside, if, like, they look a little different from the outside because the terracotta is put in their rotational patterns, and these are stairs. But let's not hurt myself. And if you go up, you can see that two people are here. We've got Wells Knight, who's wearing a set of armor, as Wells Knight does, and Izuma, looking at the beautiful terracotta patterns, and he's like, ooh, looks good, so let's get a better angle. Hello there, getting a little close. Yeah, and these two, I really like the way that they look because I was trying to make it look like you're walking down the stairs, but you can't quite angle the body right, because he's actually standing on this stair block right here, and he's not actually standing lower, and you can't bend the body that way, but, you know. Up here, we've got what we've seen in the sneak peek. We've got Cub Fan, but over here, something new has been added. We've got, Yarvik made these little informative posters. So we've got the IJS. I don't know what the IJS stands for. I'm 90% sure that the J stands for Japan. Shikishima, constructed by Republican Party. That's the boat that's over there. A planned upgunned 20-inch Yamato-class battleship, A-150. And then we've got the Great Lighthouse of Alexandria, the second tallest of the 7 wonders of the ancient world, blah blah blah. Built by me and Yarvik. Got Mumbo and Grian looking up at Zombie Cleo. But I changed the people out here. You may have noticed that Izuma was in the little sneak peek, but he was down there. It's because I decided to change the little statues out here to just be not anybody in particular, just like men. If you understand, they're just people. They're not anybody. You can get a good look at them. Like now, see? But they used to be people. All the people, I've said people like 20 times now, all the guys that you've seen inside the base that were once these guys, every single one of them is there. Don't worry. Now, instead of jumping out the doors, we're going to go up the stairs and go to the next level. There's Zombie Cleo. You can get a good look. She is holding on for dear life, but I like to picture that she climbed up here and now she can't get down. Here we've got the Canadian gang, Etho and Vintage Beef, looking out across the ocean. Maybe they're looking at the night sky. Who knows? Maybe they're just looking at the ocean. Then we go over here, Jevit. He's looking out kind of at the wall. That wasn't on purpose, but he's supposed to be looking out the window in awe and wonder, and yeah. Now up here, we've got Joe Hills. He's climbing the stairs. and he's looking kind of out the windows, kind of not, but he's looking out the windows as he climbs the stairs. If I could jump properly, we've got Impulse and Hypno. They are looking out. They're supposed to be pointing at the battleship, but the windows of the lighthouse have been replaced in the time, and they've been set forward a couple blocks. So I might want to move these two just a block or two further, maybe a block and a half, so that way they look more like they're actually looking at the battleship. Speaking of the battleship, in a couple days, because I've been on recording for a fair bit, at least attempting to record this episode for a long time, that battleship has actually seen some work done on it. Like, certain parts of it weren't there before, but now they are, and I find that kind of interesting, because it didn't look like the project was ever going to be finished. So over here, another little scene with Tango and ZF. Now, I love how the armor stand actually opens the pressure plate, because it looked like ZF has just walked out of the door, following Tango, of course, to look out, probably, at those little mushrooms over there, which is to be the site of something exciting later. Now, over here is what I consider my most favorite scene of the entire thing. We have got B-Dubs launching himself off the little observation balcony here, but he forgot his elytra. And with that creepy smile, he is like, oh no, I'm going to die, I forgot my elytra. Unlike Scar, who will safely float down to the island below. That one, I had a lot of fun making it, but I remember moving the armor stands was fun because it was like, I have to place them like here, and then I moved them up a couple blocks so it was easier to see them and get a better angle. And then I had to move them like a couple blocks forward, move them down, move them sideways, move them left and right. That was scary. Anyway, over here we've got Doc and Little Doc looking out of this tiny little window, maybe at the battleship, maybe at the fence, but, you know, just saying, I'm thinking the more entertaining of the two would be the battleship. Up here, we have got Iskall. You can see he's known on the server for not liking diorite, but a lot of this building is, well, made of diorite, so he is carrying a flint and steel ready to burn the whole lighthouse to the ground. And now, the final tippy top, the paramount, I guess, the pinnacle, the tippy top, we have Corrales, who's decided that he wanted to climb to the top, the very top of the lighthouse, to see the golden statue of Yarvik. Oh, that face. That Okay, anyway. We've got a statue of Yarvik, who is supposed to be Zeus, because the original Great Lighthouse of Alexandria had a statue of Zeus on the top. And I had to put this hat on using a separate armor stand, if you were wondering. It was not fun to do because I had to move it up, I had to set it invisible, it was annoying. But he's a golden statue. We've got Zeus's lightning bolt here, but it's just a blaze rod. And we've got a golden sword and golden armor because the original statue was made of gold. And that's it. That's it for the lighthouse. Now, one of my favorite details of all the people is the ones looking through windows. There we go. You can see through the window. And you can actually see them from pretty far away because the entities don't despawn. Well, they do despawn, but like go out of render for a certain bit. It looks so cool when you're flying past and you see people inside there. So we've got the dock crew looking out this window. It's very obvious. We've got Hypno and Impulse. And if you fly around the lighthouse yourself, you may notice a lot of the other hermits are looking through. Just like this. It's one of my favorite details, is the people. Even Yarvik said that he loved the way that the people brought life to an otherwise kind of barren-looking building. Now, right now, I've done a lot of work with armor stands, and I will admit, I don't want to work with armor stands for a fair bit. Like, I would like a break. So what I'm going to do is, hopefully, I'm going to get a building done. Now, I know this sounds weird, but you know how on, like, if you own a city, you're like the mayor, well, not, you don't own the city if you're the mayor, but like the leader of the city is the mayor, right? I'm the owner of the island, right? You see, the gears started turning, and I like falling down because it's so satisfying. But I was thinking, what if I build a mayor house, I guess, for myself? And I was thinking I would make it either up tippy top here. Hey, there's a cow. Those don't spawn naturally here. I would either make it up on top of here, that's why it's all flat, or I would make it down here, which is an area I covered in grass a fairly long time ago. But, you know, I guess you'll see me once that's done. So, yay, fun times. Woohoo! So, this is my building test world. Yeah, you can see in the background a building that I was started to work on, but I never liked it. But, yeah, this is basically a creative world where I go and I just build things and test things out. For example, this building here, you've seen it in my older episode, this building and this building. They've all gone through multiple iterations, but I test things out in creative mode, so that way I can see what things are going to look like, and I know what the necessary materials are. And now over here, I was working on a building, decided I didn't like it. But now this is what I have planned for the town hall type thing of the Mycelium Island. Now this is just a front, as you can see right through it. There is no back, but this is basically my process of building stuff. I also may or may not have a little fun in this world. Yeah. Anyway, I was working on a bunch of block palettes, and I was asking Yarvik's help, and he was not helpful at all. So, anyway, I basically go in here, and I'm like, ooh, what blocks do I like? I like Crimson Stem. I like Quartz. What else do I like? I like light gray terracotta, and let's go with the black terracotta. And then this is a palette for a building. Now, I made like 4 or 5 of these, I can't remember, but there was 4 or 5 different ones that looked like this. And I was like, my favorite one is the orange, because the first blocks for this one was the sand, this, and this. This was the original palette. There we go. And I'm like, I like that one the best. Now, Yarvik said that he hated all the palettes because they were too clashy. I don't know, what do you guys think? Is this too clashy? Either way, I'm going to build it, and if you guys don't like it, then I can change it. Now, I got the minecart with TNT here, and this is unrelated to anything, but just didn't want to build stuff, so if you spam a bunch of minecart TNTs... Okay, so once you've got like enough, you press the button, and it emits a horrible noise. And then it goes up here and it just explodes. This giant crater is. Sometimes it blows up part of my little thing here. But anyway, that's Creative Test World. Let's get back onto the server and actually build, you know, the town hall. Let's go. Also minecart with TNT. Hello, it is Xenon. Now, this is what I've been working on for a very long time. That's right, whoa there, I'm gonna fly right into it. This is what I've been working on for the longest time. Now let's take a closer, well not closer, but a better look. So this is the town hall I was talking about. Now it is not 100% perfect. Now the one in the creative world is a lot different. Mostly because I suck at recreating things, but I can't reach. Yeah. So certain parts, like for example, the clocky bit in the center, that one is a little bit higher up than I originally planned it to be, but that's fine. So let's explore and let me show you Now, you may have seen me fly through it, and that's because it has no back. Now, I'm going to make a back for it, whack, at some point, just not right now, because I don't have a back planned for it, and I don't know how to make it look, and I don't just want to waste my time. So, on this bottom level, we've got not 1, not 2, not 3, but 6 windows. That is correct, 6 windows. Now, that doesn't seem like a lot, but this building got a lot of windows. We've also got this sandstone deck with a lodestone underneath that I'm going to connect some compasses to and maybe distribute in the server. Just, woo, compass, compass. And people can fly here using that. Now, on this middle-y balcony level, whack. This is my face. Okay, let's get actually good at flying. I know I'm... Speaking of flying, I can't get up here, but speaking of flying, when the Elytra first came out, I remember I was playing with it a lot, like jumping from a little balcony I made, like a little diving board, and I thought I was so cool, and I was the first person who figured out how to make the weird thing work, because it didn't always have firework rockets to make it work. But we've got 3 entrancey bits to go onto this balcony level, and to go back into the inside of the town hall, and finally, there we go, we've got 2 windows, and the clocky bit in the center, with buttons that are supposed to represent numbers. Now, I don't have anything thin enough to be the handy bits. Everything is just bits today, to be the hands, but, that should be alright. You can tell that, hopefully you can tell that that's a clock from afar. I sure hope you can, at least. But, yeah, that is all for today. Now, this episode has gone on for such a long time. This, is gonna turn out to be way longer than my average episode length so far. There we go. Okay, I'm so good. But I apologize for that if this is too long for you. But to be honest, I've done so much, and this episode took so long to make. This was made over the course of several weeks. But I'm really happy with the way everything has turned out. Especially the town hall and the little mans inside the lighthouse. The P-warp to the lighthouse, it'll be on the screen in just a moment, but it is, let me type it, P-warp, great lighthouse. Yarvik was so kind and made this P-warp, so if you are on the server, go to P-warp, great lighthouse, if you want to check out what I've been doing, and you might even see me here at some point. Now, if you're not on the server and want to see the lighthouse, well, you gotta subscribe, You gotta subscribe and watch my videos, and also leave a like, because every like I get, to be honest, it makes me smile so much. Like, the last video, I think it had 4 likes, and I think that's the most my videos ever had. Wow, now that's a lot of damage.
Now that's a lot of damage!
But I just love it when you guys comment and like, it makes my day. Now, I've been Xenon, and this has been Detox, and I'm going to fail at flying multiple times because of lag. So I guess, you'll see me next time. Ooh, I can fly now. And I'm still missing hearts. But yeah. Ouch.